Hey everyone, in this video we're meeting up with Katie. She's a solo traveler living full-time in her DIY Sprinter van conversion. She earns a living on the road as a digital marketer and as a freelance writer. We met her at the El Campo van life meetup in Quebec, and we asked her about her budget, the challenges of living in a van full-time, and why she loves the nomadic lifestyle. She also gave us a tour of her incredible camper van conversion. So let's go meet up with Katie. We want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. We'll give you more information about them at the end and a link to a free 2-month trial.
I've been living in my van for about a year and a half. I was doing it before with a partner, and now I've been in it since this summer, so just a couple months on my own, and I'm loving it so far. The thing that I love about van life is the freedom that comes with it. It's kind of gone into every aspect of my life. It's how I'm making my friends right now. It's what my work is about. Like, I work within the van community, and I just have the ability to pay attention to whatever it is that I feel like doing. I can go where I want, I can see who I want, I can choose to be alone. If I don't like the weather, I can leave. And that has just been wonderful because I feel like it's just allowed me to get to know myself and really pay attention to what I want on a daily basis and long term as well. Freedom, it's just so much freedom. I've been working remotely. I finally have a job. I was doing it, I had a year of money to live off of, and I saved that up, and then I ran through that faster than I thought. So about 8 months in, I had to start looking for remote work, and now I'm working nearly full-time, not quite. We had a plan to do all 50 states in a year. I know that's super aggressive, and we did that. It was awesome. We drove all the time. Now that I'm doing it on my own, I have a little bit more freedom to figure out where I want to go, and because now I've seen most of the things that I want to see, I have more freedom to just kind of follow where the wind blows, or an event or a person or a thing or whatever it is. I can go wherever my friends are, or I can choose to be alone. So all 50 states have been done. I've now been up through the Yukon area of Canada as well. Now I'm back over on the Quebec side, all the way up to Alaska, flew to Hawaii in spring of last year, so I've kind of been all over. So this is my van. I drive a 2016 Mercedes Sprinter. It's a 144-inch wheelbase, high roof. I did a lot of the build with my ex-partner, his family, and we had some friends help out, but for the most part we did everything else ourselves. The cabinets were paid. We paid to have someone do them. We designed and installed them though. We've got 2 swivel seats in the very front. I have a small toilet. It's right here. This is pretty much all kitchen-based stuff. All my cooking supplies, pots and pans are in here. This is pretty messy, but I just kind of throw everything that I need to function and to live. Utility shelves back in there. 2-burner stove. Propane is in the back. I don't have to refill very often, maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. Everything is pretty spacious. I have a fair amount of room. Like I said, this is all kitchen stuff. Everything in the back is all clothing and personal items for living. So I have 3 drawers. I can show you guys how. These are huge drawers, very, very big. I have 3 of these on this side for clothes, and then I have 4 of these up top. So it's a lot of storage. The fridge is a Nova Cool R3800. It's bigger than I need, honestly. It holds a lot of food. It's got a little bit of a freezer area as well. The bed is a little bit wider than a queen, but also a little bit shorter. It's 2 3-inch toppers. The bottom one is actually seasonal, so I can flip it to heat and then cool if I want, but I honestly have never done that. I sleep with a sleeping bag. I used to sleep with a comforter, and then I finally started using a sleeping bag, and it's amazing. It's a Grizzly queen-size sleeping bag, and it's canvas on the outside and flannel plaid on the inside, and I sleep like a baby. This thing is rated for 0-degree weather in Fahrenheit, and it's amazing. It's so warm. I love it. Every single day it's just completely different. It totally depends where I am, what I'm doing. I try my best to do primitive camping and to be kind of outside so that I just have more freedom. I love my van, but I'm in it to live out of it, not live inside of it. So I want my doors open. I want to be able to be in and out of it. Obviously everybody ends up in Walmart parking lots and wherever else, so that does happen. I also have done a bunch of group sites with people, like staying in national or state parks, or campgrounds. But for the most part, I'm usually outside. I always start my day with coffee every single morning, and then usually work for a while. A lot of what I do right now is email communications and online work. So work for a couple hours, and then I try to always do some sort of an activity or something fun so that it's not all work, because that's why I'm doing this. So it could be a hike in the afternoon or a walk or meeting up with anyone that's around the area. Yeah, I try to do a balance of work and enjoying where I am, because that's why I'm doing this. So for work, I do all freelance work. I call myself a digital marketer and freelance writer. My biggest gig right now is I work for Go Van as the editor-in-chief. I'm doing a lot of the online content, a lot of the communication, social media, kind of everything in that board. And then I do social media for a women's only travel company called Travel Her Way that takes groups of women on big treks around Machu Picchu or Everest Base Camp, and they have a nonprofit side to all of their programs. It's very wonderful. And then I do freelance writing as well. So I'm in a contract right now through the end of the year, and I just kind of pick up those as I can and when opportunities arise. So I usually work either in the van or sometimes out at a public area, but if I'm in the van, I'm either on my bed, sometimes on the floor. The swivel seats are really nice for that. And I do have a pedestal table I can install if I want. It's out of the same butcher block. It's about 1 foot by 1 foot that can stand here. For the most part though, I just will work here and stand. I'm usually doing multiple things at once, or I just am crisscross on the floor. For power, I have 3 100-watt solar panels, and then I have 4 batteries. It's a huge system, but we originally did it so that I could be off-grid, or we could be off-grid for 5 days without much sun, and we would never run out of power. I've never had to think once about my power at all. I have a surplus. So this is the back. It's a little bit messy. I brought pretty much everything that I own when I moved back into the van this summer. So you can see it goes all the way into the back. There's boxes and boxes and boxes. I've got the propane here. It's pretty small. I just pull it out and refill it at gas stations. This is the hose, the area that I fill the water with. I have so much room. I carry around a giant table from REI, 2 camping chairs, an outdoor stove. I do have a toilet in the van. I really only pee in it, and it's mostly middle of the night emergencies. For the most part, I just try to go either outside, like I said, if I'm primitive camping, or when I'm driving around, you know, if I stop for gas, I go to the bathroom, or if I go somewhere to eat, I go to the bathroom. Public restrooms are always everywhere on the highways, so mostly outside though. I have 2 places that I have water. I have 10 gallons in the back, and it's a water tank that's on the wheel well. And then I also have 7 gallons of fresh water that I keep in a jug up in the front. So that way I don't use a lot of water. The 10 gallons can last me, like I think I last filled up for it was 2 weeks. And then I just refill my drinking water if I need it. And I grab water through a hose, so I can do it at gas stations, city water, friends' houses, wherever. And then the drinking water jug, I can do the same thing. If I need to, I can go fill it at a Walmart or, you know, another store, but for the most part through the hose. I do have a road shower on the top of the car. I don't use it very often, especially it's a little bit harder with one person because of how it's installed. But for the most part, I just find public showers when I can. Quarter showers are everywhere, and I have every kind of wipe that you can imagine. So I do a lot of baby wipes. I think one of the things I get asked a lot about is money and budgeting. I am now in this alone, and it's a 2016 Sprinter, so it is newer. I bought it new. But at the end of the day, I didn't buy it outright. I have a loan on the vehicle itself and the build. Those 2 things together, I'm paying under $1,000 a month. And that might seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, if I was at home paying rent, doing my bills, having to buy a different car and paying that insurance, I'd be lucky if that was under $2,000, especially in Portland. So for me, I'm saving money. That's not a reason to be doing this for me. It just has kind of worked out that way. With work, you know, especially freelance, I have to plan ahead. I have a little bit of a cushion that I've saved up, but it's not too big. And clients come and go. There are some of the things like the freelance writing will end at the end of the year. And so you have to be cautious of that. I keep track of all my expenses. I know what I can spend on food, on fun, on gas every month. And, you know, it's just a matter of mindfulness with that and making sure that I'm staying within my budget. So everything that has a positive side, you have a negative side as well. But I think overall, I don't have a lot of negative downsides to it. And I know that that sounds maybe fluffy, but I love what I do and I'm doing it because I want to be doing it. I think it can be hard when you're really tired and you want to go to sleep. I can't just go to sleep. I have to find somewhere to go, and that can be challenging. Being alone at night sometimes is not always fun, not because I feel unsafe, but because I get weird with darkness sometimes. I just don't like to be out and about in the nighttime by myself. Not even because of people. A lot of it too is just animals. I think that the thing for me in the last year and a half, especially one of the things that drives me to continue to do this, is community. I mean, I have friends from home obviously, and I still keep in contact with all of my close friends and my family, but most of my friends that I'm talking to on a regular basis are people that I met on the road. You just meet people and you automatically, I think you have something in common because you're doing the same lifestyle, but it also you have to have a mindset to be living out of a van. And so when you meet other people that are doing the same thing, it's just this it's this deep connection. The only other way I can explain it is like camp friends you would make when you were little. You go to camp and you're doing all these things together morning until night, and you're forming these really strong bonds. And that's really special. I've never experienced anything like that.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to follow Katie on her van life adventure, you can check her out on Instagram at SoWeBoughtAVan. We want to thank Skillshare again for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes on a whole range of subjects. They have classes on everything from how to edit videos, how to design your own logo, and how to become a freelancer. So it's a really good learning platform for anyone who's looking to become a social media influencer or who's looking to develop an online business of any kind. I recently took one of their classes about how to become a better storyteller, which is something Matt and I are always trying to do when we create and share each new video. Skillshare is offering our viewers a free 2-month trial to check out the courses they have to offer. The first 500 people to use this link will get the free 2-month trial, and we'll also put the link in the description of this video. If you want to keep using Skillshare after the trial, the membership fee is less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, so it's a really affordable way to keep learning new skills. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.